was nowhere they could run. Caught in a cloud of volcanic ash and lava, dozens of people were killed when Guatemala's Fuego erupted. Many homes were destroyed, some with people buried inside.
All the people could not leave who were buried there. When we saw that the lava was coming down the alley of Los Lotes, we ran to a hillside.
Officials say it's the volcano's biggest eruption in more than 4 decades, and the second this year. Hundreds have been injured, nearly 2 million affected by the blast.
Gabinete de Ministros.
We decided to call a cabinet meeting. We're going right now to the presidential house to issue a declaration of a state of emergency. We believe, based on our legislative law, that we can declare a state of calamity in at least 3 departments.
Miles around, several towns have been put on alert, and Guatemala City's main airport closed.
We have shut it down as a precautionary measure for the planes, because the volcanic ash is harmful for the turbines. Right now, we are carrying out an inspection around the installations to determine the level of difficulty we have with all this ash.
More than 3,000 people have already been evacuated since the eruption began. And as Fuego Volcano continues to spew molten ash and lava across the region, many fear the death toll is likely to rise.
We have an update now on the volcano eruption in Guatemala. The death toll is up to at least 25 people, and nearly 2 million are being affected in some way.
The Fuego volcano sent black smoke and ash into the sky on Sunday, which drifted all the way to the capital, Guatemala City, some 40 kilometers away. Officials say evacuations and rescues are underway. More than 3,000 people have been forced from their homes. All right.
Let's get more on it from our meteorologist, Ivan Cabrera. You know, Ivan, we've been talking about Hawaii for so long, and now Guatemala, and one eruption and 25 people have already lost their lives.
Completely different event, guys, right? No question about it here. And the scenes coming out of Guatemala, they're certainly not what we've had in Kilauea. People just covered in soot. You see all the folks running out of the way. 25 killed, a lot of people, and this happened because of the proximity of a particular town called El Rodeo that's right on the foot of the volcano that just didn't have enough time to get out of the way. 4:55, violent eruption. This is the second of this year, but it is the most violent that they've had in this particular volcano in 40 years, as you can imagine here. Ash cloud, well, that went up to the sky as high as 10 kilometers, and they're describing it as a river of lava that came down the mountainside and moved directly through the village, which is why we had so many fatalities. And of course, as you can imagine, the injuries will be a lot of burn injuries ongoing here, and we hope those folks are going to make it. By the way, the ash and soot, as far as 40 kilometers inland, capital city further away. I saw a little bit of it, but certainly nothing like they've seen close to where the event occurred here. So there's the Fuego volcano. We have many around, but that's the one that has caused this calamity in just the last 12 hours here. In fact, I was here this morning, nothing doing. All of a sudden, the world can change so quickly for a lot of people. There's the town that we're talking about. There you see how close it is and why we've had so many issues. Now, over the next few days, we're going to watch the weather very closely here, because any kind of rainfall or anything like that, and we do have some of the forecasts, could produce some additional issues with all the lava that's come out of the volcano. So at this point here, I don't think they're quite done, right? We talk about search and rescue. They're still trying to see how many people may be needing some help as a result of this volcano. We'll keep you posted over the next several hours. A lot of information still to come.
Yeah, they certainly are, Crystal. In fact, a flight bound for Guatemala City was set to depart from Terminal 3 in about 2 hours. But Delta says that's no longer happening. In fact, the earliest that flight might leave would be tomorrow morning, possibly. We don't know at this point. Right now, the Volcán de Fuego, or volcano of fire, is erupting about 27 miles from Guatemala's capital, and the airport there is closed. And when you see these images, you'll understand why. Terrifying images of a deadly eruption near Guatemala's capital city. People run for their lives on a bridge. But the Guatemalan government confirms dozens could not escape the Volcán de Fuego's deadly path. and more are still missing.
Los parabrisas de los carros están llenos de ceniza.
The windshields of the cars on the roads are covered in ash, is what my family is telling me, says Gilberto La Parra. He's now stranded at LAX, seeing images like these on social media of an ash plume 4 miles long. He's getting messages from his family, uncertain of when he'll be able to touch down in Guatemala. They're okay, he says. It's those surrounding the volcano of fire that are getting the damage. Still, videos like this one his family is sending him are unsettling. He says under all this brown ash is cement, and those gray skies are ash clouds. And he worries about what his loved ones and countrymen are now breathing in. La Parra says he is not holding his breath that he'll be flying out tomorrow. In fact, he says he's been checking around with other airlines and has been told he may not be able to get to Guatemala till Wednesday. He also adds in all his years, he's never seen the volcano behave this way.
Euronews spoke to Luis Altuve, a rescuer who was on a mission on the neighboring Alotenango volcano when the eruption occurred. He captured the immediate aftermath on camera. It isn't hail that is falling from the sky at the moment. It is pyroclastic material from the Volcán de Fuego. They're rather big pieces. They actually hurt. Several members of the emergency teams were injured by the projection of the pyroclastic material. The Operation Command decided to evacuate all the rescuers who were around the Alotenango volcano. We'll have to see if we can continue the search later. The situation of the volcano is getting worse now. It's reaching the people living near the Volcán de Fuego. At the moment there are reports that more than 500 people are housed nearby.
Vamos para acá, Navarro. Venite, Beteta. No.